Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between vast mountains and serene seas, there lived a kind-hearted princess named Eowyn. Her beauty was admired across the lands, but it was her compassion and strength that truly made her beloved by her people. Eowyn was unlike most princesses. Rather than spend her days in the palace, she would often venture into the villages, helping farmers, sharing wisdom with the elders, and playing with the children. Her presence brought joy wherever she went, but deep within, Eowyn longed for a love that was not born out of her title, but from her true self. One day, a humble blacksmith named Cale arrived in the kingdom. He was strong, with hands worn from work, but his eyes shone with kindness and integrity. His skill in crafting swords and armor quickly earned him respect, though he kept to himself, focusing on his craft rather than seeking fortune or fame. One evening, while visiting the village, Eowyn came across Cale. He was repairing a broken cart for an elderly woman, his hands steady, his expression focused. Curious about his quiet strength, Eowyn approached him, but she did not reveal her identity as the princess. They spoke of many things that night, about the kingdom, about life, and about dreams. Over the next few weeks, Eowyn found herself returning to Cale's workshop. They would talk for hours, their connection deepening with each passing day. Cale admired her sharp mind and her warm heart, but he still did not know she was the princess. To him, she was simply Eowyn, the kind young woman who always sought to help others. As time passed, rumors spread about the princess falling in love with a man in the village, though no one knew who it was. The royal court grew concerned, for they had always hoped she would marry a prince or a nobleman to strengthen alliances. But Eowyn's heart was set, even though she feared what Cale might think when he learned the truth. One day, when the king himself asked Eowyn about her feelings, she confessed her love for Cale. The king, though hesitant, saw the sincerity in his daughter's eyes. He decided to invite Cale to the palace without telling him why. When Cale arrived, he was stunned to see that the woman he had grown to love was the princess of the kingdom. Cale, though overwhelmed, realized that it was not Eowyn's title that had drawn him to her, but her soul. She was the same woman who had sat by his side, listening, laughing, and caring deeply for her people. With a steady heart, Cale knelt before her, not as a subject to a princess, but as a man in love with the woman who had shown him the beauty of life. The king, witnessing the bond they shared, gave his blessing. Eowyn and Cale were married in a celebration that united the kingdom, reminding all that true love knows no titles or boundaries. Together, they ruled the kingdom with wisdom and grace, their love story becoming one that would be told for generations to come, a love that was simple, pure, and timeless.